Happy New Year. It's coming up. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tina Kavergich, and I am Northern Stamper. See, woohoo, right there. Good morning. I hope everybody is having a lovely time. I'm just checking my video feed here. I've tried something a little slightly different, so let's just double check to make sure it is working. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and are all ready for today. Oh, there we go. Today is Takeaway Tuesday with Northern Stamper. Grab your little packages because today is December the 28th, and all you need for this package is some scissors, some ink, and a stamp set to stamp a sentiment. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be lots of fun. We're starting to make birthday cards because it's coming up to the new year and we want to be all nice and ready. Good morning, Gail. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely time and had a great Christmas. Oh, Cindy, I'm glad you could join us too. First of all, I am all about fun. I love fun. So make sure you join us in my VIP group called Northern Stamper. It's the community group. I have a lot of activities coming up for that. So today, let's start out with, I want you to post something crafty that begins with the first letter of your name. So since my name is Tina, I would post something like, I want to say tacos, but that is not crafty, so I would have to say tape. I guess it's tape. I would post tape. So post something below that is from the first letter of your first name. That is related, something that is crafty. Let's see how we can get going on that. Anyways, are you all ready for your New Year's resolutions? New Year's resolutions, I've got some very simple ones that you can do. What I like to do between Christmas and New Year's, because it's a very quiet time in my family, they're all busy doing their other things, I've got my list going here. So my year-end to-do list. So I like to go into the new year feeling like I've accomplished something already crafty. So let's start off. I begin by sorting all of my scraps of paper throughout the year. I toss them all in a bin and then I go through them, and I keep everything that is about 3 inches by 3 inches and larger, and then I will create some cards with that within the next couple of days. Anything beyond that goes into a second bin, and then I go to my labels or my punches, and I just punch out a whole bunch of little labels out of those ones, especially the cardstock. I'll go to my white bin and just punch a whole bunch of stuff out and do that. So I go to my scraps, I punch out some labels, I toss all of my blocks that I have, and I toss them in the dishwasher and clean them up. So don't forget to do that. Also, get a little baby wipe or some paper towel and some Windex and kind of clean your stamp pads and everything like that, because sometimes when you open them, that little ink gets around and then they'll get on your hands and stuff like that. So take a little time, 5 minutes, Windex, paper towel, clean your ink pads and stuff like that. I also sit around and I quickly organize all my blends and my markers. I sort my blends between those that are retired colors, which I always use. I love my retired colors, use them all the time, but then I kind of sort them between the retired colors and the colors that are in the active catalog. And I'll also organize my stamp sets, so I'll put them all back up on the wall, I'll check them out, I'll wipe them down, and that takes all about maybe 30 minutes, less than that. So, and the last thing that I do is I prep card bases. I get out some white cardstock, I sit down for an hour, I turn on my tunes, and I start cutting my card bases. So I'll make some white card bases, and I'll score them down the middle, and I'll stack them somewhere. And then what I do is I make some mats. I'll take cut the basic white, and I cut that down to 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then I stack them. So when I'm ready to make mats on a card base, I have a whole pile of those, and I actually end up using all of them within the year. So I'll take one pack of white and do all of that, turn on some tunes, make myself feel good, and do that. So what's on your to-do list? You know, have you got any of these things to do? Have I given you some ideas? Toss these little guys in the dishwasher, because who's not doing dishes every day? I don't know. I'm doing dishes twice a day now with 4 teenagers in the house. So also, don't forget, last chance, the mini catalog for, I like to call it the holiday one, I don't know, it's June to December. It ends December the 31st, so if there's anything in here that you would like, make sure that you order it, or if you need some help ordering and want to make the most for your money, just drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com. I'll be happy to help you. So I'm going to toss that in there. Organize, always organize. If you don't have a catalog for the new items coming up, oh, there it is. Love it. I am so in love with what I've gotten here. Actually, and the celebration, they got some really awesome stuff. I've made some great cards already from this. I've also, in the VIP group, made a tutorial on how to create this awesome card. Like, I love it. Like, look at that. It makes me feel like I'm going to Hawaii, even though I can't travel. But love it. There's a tutorial in the VIP group you want to know. And the designer series paper, gotta tell ya, it's always better in person. If you want to get in on a paper share, you get a little bit of all the papers from the catalogs, from the mini catalog for $50. Let me know. Okay, good morning, Brenda. I'm glad you could join me this morning. So the celebration is starting in next week, January. You don't want to miss this. If you the starter kit is coming, and you can choose two free stamp sets from the mini catalog. Now, that is a great deal. So they got a lot of great stamp sets in there, and you are going to want to do that. So let's see. Don't forget to post your crafty first letter below. And don't, what else did we talk about? Let's get going on the Tuesday takeaway. You are here for crafting, not for listening to me talk, but I just have so much to say. Don't forget, grab your little packages, okay? This is for January. And what we are going to do, you do need your scissors because we're going to be doing some fussy cutting. Sorry, Liz, I hate to do it to you. We are fussy cutting. I am filled for January's takeaway. Sorry, I guess I just didn't make enough packages, but February's is open. I've listed the link above. Make sure you join that. It's all about designer series paper. I love designer series paper. Fantastic. You're going to love what's in the catalog. We're doing some with some tulips. They're so wonderful. We're doing some with a whole bunch of different stuff, so you don't want to miss that. Also, don't forget to keep track of what I got coming up, because I am making some changes, and it's for your benefit. So, in the meantime, let's get started. Okay, just going to organize a little bit. 1 second, put my catalogs away. Make sure you always keep your catalogs for ideas, because they always have some great ideas in there. Okay, let's get you up on the camera. Camera mount, look away. And just for a moment while I clip this guy in. Okay, let's see how this works. You see my messy desk. And, oh no, hold on. How did this guy work? Okay. All right, I think I got it. All right, there's my messy desk. All right, got it. Okay, you can see there is the Takeaway Tuesday. All right, I've got some stamp sets I'm going to be using. Let's put this up here. Everybody's good. I see Michelle. Michelle loves fussy cutting. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that. So in January, we are going to be using In the Moment. And I have to tell you, for my team members, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be making a 12 by 12 sampler using the In the Moment. It is absolutely stunning. You don't want to miss it. I finished making the video, and that will be posting. You're going to love it, ladies, on my team. This is especially for you because you requested it. And this is a great stamp set for a sampler in your craft room. Fantastic. So let's get started, okay? And I am going to be using the Special Moments. This is a new stamp set in celebration, and it is great. It's got a lot of fantastic sayings in here. Thinking of you, for someone who's wonderful in each and every way. I love stamp sets that have a whole bunch of different sentiments in it. Very, very useful. Great. I'm going to be using this one. And, okay, so I also have my ink pad. I'm going to be using Evening Evergreen for my sentiment. And I got my snips. And let's open up our package. Now, you're going to notice, first of all, that the card base is not basic white in color. It is very vanilla. Now, the reason that I did that is so that it matches, oh, let's get up, some of the plants in here. I thought this is going to look really, really pretty with the plants. You should have a couple of different plants to cut out. So this is what we're going to be cutting out, are these plants here. And the Evening Evergreen ink is what I've used to pick up the color in the designer series paper here for the sentiment. So we are going to be fussy cutting out these little plants. Now, there is a strip. It doesn't matter what side you use, it's up to you. And we are going to be using this strip. So look for the strip of designer series paper that has, it's a bunch of leaves on the paper. So that's what we want. And there is a little sentiment tag there also. And what else have we got? We also have a piece of soft succulent cardstock if you want. And you can always run this through your embossing machine. Choose any embossing folder you wish and emboss this. It's going to look great. And let's see, do I have one? I don't have one, but I have different bits of embossing that don't quite match, so I guess I'm going to be just using what I have. Oh, look, I could use this one. This one is actually a die that is in the catalog, and it has a bunch of leaves in the back. I don't know, maybe I'll try one of each and see how it looks. This is just what I have in my little stack of little scraps of paper. So this is my bunch of embossed pieces of paper. So this is part of the organization, helps you find them a lot easier. So as you go through, create little boxes, and look, it's a super duper cute little Stampin' Up! Box I used, and keep them all there and around your desk. Okay, so we have the soft succulent cardstock. Run that through an embossing folder, and that's going to look fantastic. And if you lay it on top of your card base, you're going to see that it fits really nicely with the edge all the way around. Oh, good morning, Sharon. I'm glad you could join us. I'm glad you could join us. So that is going to fit really nice all around. Once you have that embossed, you can actually glue that down. Unless you wish to use some ribbon. I haven't accounted for ribbon at the moment, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down onto the card base here. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the back and just pop that on the card front. Now, if I were to use this one that is already pierced, this is with the pierced blooms, I would have it cut, and then maybe it would look a little different. So actually, I'm going to cut this down just to show you the difference. And this is, like I said, this is one I just grabbed out of my little bin. So that's why it's always good to have. Now I could just lay that on top, and the colors would probably match, but not as nice. Like it would work. I could get away with it. It looks great. I love the I don't know if you can see the piercing in the background, but I think I'm going to stick with the soft succulent because I really want to pull up the very vanilla from the designer series paper. So let's actually now cut out our little plants. So that in your package should be about 3 or 4. I can't remember how many I did, but let's cut them out. And as I'm cutting, I am moving the paper. It's always easier to move the paper. I like to say driving the paper as opposed to moving your scissors. You'll have more control in that, so you'll want to move that around. So carefully do that. If you're really good, I've seen some people get really close to the edge. I'm not that good yet, though I keep trying. So, and let's get cutting on that. So this may take a moment or two, but that's okay. Take your time. This is all about fun. I'm not going anywhere. Today is a day in the craft room, and after this I will do some cleaning, some organizing, like I said, with my scraps, and cleaning my blocks, just tidying up, getting those list of to-dos done before the New Year's. They're super simple, and I can start 2022 with a clean crafting plate. We all want to have that. So got some great ideas coming up. Make sure you join the Northern Stamper community page, because I've got some things I'm going to be doing in there for January. Oh, look at that. Looks fantastic, all nicely cut out. In the January community page, I will have some extra cards and activities that we're going to be doing for you. So if you're not a demonstrator and you wish to join that page, please join me. Look up Northern Stamper community page, or just comment below and I will send you the link. All right. Have you had a chance? I know I've mailed out a lot of catalogs. Have you had a chance to take a peek at your catalog? I know, unfortunately, I had one returned to me because the person moved and didn't tell me. So I'm sorry I couldn't send off the catalog to you. If you do move, make sure you let me know so I can keep up and send you cards and catalogs and they don't get returned. It's because you don't want to miss out on anything. One of the great things I love about getting together is, you know, my kids and my family, they don't care too much for crafting, but it's nice to be together with somebody that does understand and enjoys crafting with me. My husband tried it once and he really loved it, but I can't seem to get him back into the craft room other than to build something for me. But that's okay. Maybe this is my retreat from the chaos of housework. All right. Oh, I'm almost done my cutting. See, it goes a lot quicker than you think it does. So much easier as you move the paper. So I got those guys cut out. And let's go back to the card base. Now, if you want, you can always cut the bottom with your snips and make a flag end if you like. Now, I got to tell you, I cannot do that for the life of me. I rely heavily on my punches. Love my punch to make my flagged end. So I got my flagged end, and okay, I'm just going to put that on here. Now, if I want to look in my scrap bin for some ribbon, I would do that right about now. And let's see what we got. I'm just going to look at my scrap bin. Always got to have a scrap bin. I got a little bit of white. Now, that's not going to match because my paper is not white. Let's keep looking. I got, hey, red. That actually is quite interesting. That would add a really nice pop of red on there. So I'm going to hold that out. Oh, what's this? A little piece of that. Let's see what else we got. Just got to dig around. I don't know. Does everybody have like a little scrap bin? There's my scrap bin of odds and sods. So everybody should have odds and sods. I really like that red. So let's look around. If you're going to add your ribbon, you can do that now. Oh, look at that. It's got an embellishment on it. And the idea behind it, what we're going to do is put our sentiment across here. And we will lay our little plants on here. And we'll put them on with a dimensional so that they'll pop up. Okay. We can do that all the way across. I might, let's see if I toss in some red behind it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go and do that with the red. I've got an idea. Just going to go with it. Sometimes you just got to go with it and see where it takes you. So I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm just going to wrap it around. This is my leftover ribbon, and let's just wrap it around so that it kind of goes all the way around. Let's see how that turns out. Let's go back and forth actually. Make that ribbon a little longer because I want a piece so I can tie. Let's go back and forth. Okay, just kind of, I'm just winging it here. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, got some ribbon there. Let's just slip that in. I know it wasn't in the package. This is a last minute addition. See, you can't really go wrong when you're creating. And let's make a nice, oh, look at that. Nice little ribbon, little tie there. Okay, and I'll put that on there. Okay, that looks good. I am just going to glue that down. See, sometimes having the little boxes with it all organized makes your life so much easier, and you can come up with some really cool ideas. Okay, so if I lay my sentiment across there, I can place my plants here. And actually, I'm going to do the opposite. I was going to put my plants here, but I don't think I want to do that. I think, oops, I'm going to put my sentiment on the left side and have my plants that they kind of anchor the card, because now I got this red here, on to the right. So let's get some sentiments. Let's look at the sentiments. And that's why it's always great to kind of move your items around. Don't glue them down yet. And this way you can kind of move it around. Oh, let's get some sentiment on here. And which one will fit in that nice little corner here? I love these ones that you can see through the polymer stamps. Let's lay that down. Oh, this is going to be great. Fantastic. That really looks good with the red. And let's get that. Oh, it's a little bit too big. I want to make sure I have a stamp that is not too big, because then it gets kind of a little awkward. So I placed my stamp on my block. Now this is a thin block, and this is letter G, like George. And I'm going to be using that. So it fits nicely on there. Let's ink it up. And if you want to test it, there are always two sides to a stamp. I mean, a piece of paper. Oh, good morning, Donna. Thank you for joining. Oh, from Ontario. Awesome. I'm from Ontario too. I am just east of Toronto in a town called Ajax. Look at that. That looks great. Fits perfect. The stamped work. I'm glad you could join us. And let's see how this goes. Okay. I am going to place this on my page. My sentiment tag is a little long, but I could either put it all the way across and then have it like that. Let's add some of these guys back on, see how it turns out. These are going to look great with the dimensionals. I think I'm actually going to have it all the way across. I was going to cut it, but I think I like how it kind of balances out across with everything. So I'm going to move off my plants and add my adhesive. Okay. And place that on. Okay. Let's place that on. Okay, that is going to be great. That red really does add something, and I'm going to grab my dimensionals. And I'm going to start with the largest plant because I want to build up from there. So I'm going to put my dimensionals behind him. And I'm going to put him kind of from the corner a little bit. Just so that he, oh, that one. Oh, that dimensional's not sticky. That's not good. Oh my goodness. Let's try again. Take that again and pop him on there. Oh, that looks great. Now, if I want to, the next plant I could add is two dimensionals on top of each other. So I could stack them. So there's one, peel it off, two, And I'd do that for the top and bottom. And that's going to give even extra height. Make him stand up from the card itself. Alright, and I'm going to put him over here. Now he's standing up a little higher than the first one. And this one I can put right behind. And actually, I'm going to lay him right down and right onto the card. So I'm just going to add some glue to him and just pop him on. And that's it. Now, if you had embossed the soft succulent, it will add a little bit of design to this. So it's a very simple card. And if you want to add a little bit more, just look for some embellishments. Very quick card. Great way to use up your designer series paper. Just a little strip. Look for the designer series paper items that you can cut out. I want to show you the original that I had started with that got me going on this. So I started out with the cats because I had some of this cat paper left over. And I thought, oh, that's really cute. So that's what got me started. So you want to look at your designer series paper. Are there some that you can cut out and use on your card pieces like that? So they really do add something. Look for that. Look for your scraps and start organizing them today or this week while it's a little quiet time that you might have time home from work. So there you go. You can see this one I embossed a little bit. Oh, you can't quite tell. It's subtle embossing, but it does add something. It makes it look a little bit nicer. So I'm glad you could join me for today. I really like this card. I love how the pieces pop up using the double dimensional pieces. You can't quite tell, but it's a little higher than the other ones, so that looks great. So don't go away. Don't forget to join me. Next week, we are starting with our Takeaway Tuesday in January, and we are using the In the Moment set. Okay, I've mailed them all out, so they're all in the mail. And I do appreciate you joining me. Tonight we are doing Customer Appreciation Night. Hopefully your packages will arrive for that. I did send them out. It could be delayed because of the Canada Post Mail and the holidays. I do apologize for that, but I did try to get them out with enough time. Don't forget, check out next Tuesday with me as we make some more cards, and join my community page because that is where some more extra special videos, cards, tutorials will be posted. And if you have a wish list close to $135, don't forget to join my team because I've got some special stuff planned for 2022 for you guys on the team, just for you. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you next Tuesday, or I'll see you on the community page. Take care, and have a happy New Year's.